Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
We thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Decide a different league, I'm coming. I'm flat out coming.
It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. Let me go ahead and get everybody brought in here first. Then go ahead and bring in my co-host, my man, Seven. What's up, Seven? How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? Hey, man. It's a great day to be a Monday.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and bring in another part of this motley crew. Let me bring my man, Ando, in. Ando, what's up?
What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing tonight?
All right, doing good. Can't complain. She's not here yet, so I'll wait till she comes back. Then go ahead and bring from the original player versus team. Then bring my man John in. John, what's up?
What's going on, man? The agency is looking crazy.
Hey, John, I got something to show you. I was cleaning up my room earlier today. Look at what I found in my closet, bro.
Oh, shit.
Creamsicle Josh Freeman before he played for the Vikings, man.
Who?
Josh Freeman, your old quarterback from Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
Final start with those Vikings.
Man, I forgot I even played for them.
Yeah, one start. Lost to the Giants and did not
You
start
had me
another
scared
football
of what you found in your closet.
Yeah. Hey, there are some more things.
That's just what he tells us about. That's just what he tells us.
That's all I need to know about, Seven.
Shut up.
That's all the fuck I need to
That's
know.
what we know about. Yes, that's what we know about. Exactly.
Why you guys ain't seen the new mascot yet?
All right. She is back. She's in the building. Let me bring my girl Erica in. Erica, what's up?
I'm scared to be on this show since shit's coming out of Angela. That's it.
It wouldn't be a show without some entertainment like that, y'all.
Oh man. All right. We before I get into the NFL, we have
that dating ad you tried to make didn't work out very well, did it?
No hits yet. No hits.
You get no hits, Ando. It's coming, bro. Don't worry about it.
See,
it's only been a week.
Erica found some people on Facebook dating. I think that's going to be my next go-to. So I think Erica told us a story off air about someone she found on Facebook dating. So if Erica can find somebody on Facebook dating, that is where I'm going next. So
what's up, John?
I got shit to say.
I totally told you that fucking confidence, Ando.
I got nothing to say either.
I didn't say anything.
He
Nobody
just
knows
busted out the whole story.
That's it.
He just busted
I
out the
don't
whole
want to know
story.
the story.
How you doing, John? How you doing, John? All right. There was a
John.
Yep. There was a trade today that went down in the NBA between the Clippers, the Jazz, and the Heat. We got.
Might as well be the Clappers. I mean, it's
still
James Harden's team.
Might as well be. I mean,
the Bears got the clap.
I mean, it might as well be.
Whoa.
I mean, but nevertheless,
yeah, I said James Harden and his beard has got the clap, so we might as well call them the Clappers.
Might as well. But
he probably do.
Zoe ain't here to defend her man, so that's all I'm saying.
Zoe ain't here.
He probably had the pink eye a couple times.
Probably, yeah.
Probably so. Probably so.
Yeah,
Probably so.
probably.
But we had Norman Powell going over to the Heat. That's huge.
Oh,
That is huge.
I don't understand that.
For what you got, you gave up Kevin Love
Yep.
heading over to Utah. They'll probably buy him out quick. And Kyle Anderson, they'll probably buy both of them out quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was a win for the Heat.
Yeah, huge win.
Yep.
Huge win. And I think all Danny Ainge wanted was that second round pick. I think that's all he wanted at the end of the day.
Yep.
And you also got John Collins heading over to the Clippers. That's huge. Huge.
He brings a different element, but they still lose some scoring, losing Norman Powell.
Yep. I don't see that being enough of a needle pusher for the Clippers, depending, considering how deep the West is. I don't think it moves the needle enough for the Clippers.
They still wind up in about the same place.
It helps him be a little bit more competitive, though. And it also takes Kawhi back to his natural position.
But I mean, with Collins, like he's in what, this third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. He's going into his 10th year,
eighth, ninth year, something like that. 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, ninth year. He was, he was 19 and 8 last year.
Was
If
he?
he can
I
do
didn't
that-
think he
yeah.
scored that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He played in 40
yeah.
games. He played in 40 games.
Yeah, 19
Oh,
and 8.
well,
So
no wonder.
like if you get if they can get that for a full season out of him, I think that's a positive thing. But if it's another 40 game season, then you've just wasted your
I think the
resources.
only reason why they did it too was because they were in tank mode.
Yeah.
The Jazz were in tank mode, and that is not conducive. Scoring like that is not conducive to losing. So
What I will say, that's a big compliment for James Harden.
Yep.
Because y'all
Yeah.
know his pick and roll game, his screen and roll, however you want to call it, is the best I've ever seen in my entire life. When he has a forward or a center that can jump,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know whether he's going all the way to the basket, he gonna pull up mid range, or he gonna float it into the basket, or
Yep.
he's actually lobbing the ball. You have
Yep.
no earthly idea what he's gonna do. So
Nope.
that helps them in that aspect and the defensive aspect.
Oh yeah,
But
It-
Norman Powell could give you 20 a night.
If the 2019 to 2020 season with the Hawks, which I think that was the bubble season, he only played in 41 games, which I think was because of the fact that it was the bubble season.
Yeah.
But he was 21 and 10 that year. If he could
Mhm.
replicate that, it's very possible that he replicates that with Harden and
Absolutely.
James Harden, and that's a huge help for them.
Yeah.
If they can pull that out, that's going to be the
Yeah.
big question mark. There's a lot of question, but there is an upside to his presence when you combine it with James Harden.
Absolutely. And they still got Zubac, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Zubac was 20 and
It's-
12, something like that. Man,
Yeah.
Don't forget Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
dang.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna swing that?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
You
hold
probably
on.
take Brook. You'll probably take Brook. I don't know. Collins to the 4, Lopez to the 5. Have Zubac come off the bench.
No,
Or
Zubac is
Start
gonna
Zubac
start.
and bring Lopez
Zubac is
up.
gonna start. Yeah,
Zubac is really good.
I think
He is
Lopez
really-
is gonna come. Yeah, Zubac is
I
I
think
he
think
like
he's
so.
going
that.
to come off the bench because he's 37. He's not a starter. I mean,
Yeah.
his, like last year he was what 13 and 5. He's not a
With
starter.
Milwaukee,
That's your bench guy. Yeah, that's your bench guy.
I mean, if he gives you that coming off the bench, you won.
You're doing good.
That's a win.
You're doing good
yeah,
regardless.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing good regardless. Yeah. But I like, but,
Yeah,
but I
I
like
think-
that move.
I think
Poor
the
Kevin Love.
Clippers. I think if the Clippers can get at least 8 and 5 from Lopez, they got what they want out of him. Anything more is kind of successful at that
I
point.
mean, too, just his size, pause, is his presence. Let's say that his presence. There we go.
And-
Is enough to run people away
His-
from going to the basket. So
7'1", 7'6" wingspan. He's a presence down there in the post.
There you go.
And that's if you can, even if he's just catching rebounds, you know, just get me 10 rebounds a game, pull an Angel Reese,
Yeah.
just don't shoot. Yeah, give me 10 rebounds a game.
He can make a
and
layup.
get the
Yeah,
And he dunk.
yeah,
I'm
and
just
don't.
saying.
Yeah, and don't. Exactly.
You get him 10 rebounds a game, just right there down in the post, catch it, throw it to whoever's on the fast break. He doesn't even have to move to the half court. By the time he gets up there, close to half court, they've already made it. He can just be back on D, and that's all you want out of him on the bench anyway.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it's a great thing because this takes Kawhi back to the small forward spot. So, and that's his natural position. So that's great. Meanwhile, Norman Powell in Miami, that's sick too, because
That's helpful for them.
you got Bam,
Yeah.
John,
Wiggins.
listen, don't fucking start with me. Don't fucking start with me.
Bradley Beal.
Fucking
He will-
Bradley
he-
Beal.
he-
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave
He's
that
been-
alone then.
He's been rumored to be a buyout candidate.
Who, Bill?
Yeah,
I'll put money on the GoFundMe for that. Let's go.
Who the hell
Let's
is gonna
go.
buy in though?
he
Well, he did buy out.
the Suns will buy him out. The Suns will buy him out. Then he has to agree to no trade. To be traded, of course. And they're saying, from what I saw, from what I saw today, it looks like one of the teams who's in bid to get him are the Clippers. Now, how they make that work, I don't know.
I mean, he comes off the bench and plays 12 minutes,
10.
10. Yeah.
10.
I was trying to give him, you know,
I
I was trying to show a little faith in him, you know.
10.
10. Got it.
I'm doing-
10 is
man,
cool.
man. But it's gonna be real interesting to see what they do. Real interesting to see what they do. It happened while we were out, but your boy 7 is a Laker. DeAndre Ayton is a Laker.
Oh, hold on.
Boo-hoo.
Okay.
Way to go. Way to go, Will. Way to go.
I gotta get him. I gotta get him.
Boo.
I'm finna take him center right now.
Boo boo.
I'm finna take him center right now. I'm finna take him center.
All right. So I've seen more toughness and physicality out of a DQ fucking Blizzard when they turn that fucking thing over after you pay for it than DeAndre fucking Ayton. And that pains me to say because I'm a Suns fan. I have a DeAndre Ayton jersey sitting in my closet
Really?
that has lasted longer than the relevance of DeAndre Ayton and is falling apart slightly slower than DeAndre Ayton's game. It frustrates me because there is so much potential out of that kid. And I say this honestly, like I want him to be successful. He's got a great story. He's a big kid at heart. But if he put as much effort into being physical as he does into playing fucking Fortnite, DeAndre Ayton would be an all-star every year. And that's the part that pisses me off about DeAndre Ayton. He's like Kyler Murray, but he's actually black. Like, that's the thing that frustrates me about him. Like,
Wait, are we not claiming Kyler Murray?
do you really want to claim Kyler Murray?
Us whites don't want to claim him.
Oh,
do you want to claim Kyler Murray? Like, that's my point. Like,
I ain't sure. I think I got to. I got to.
But like it's frustrating for me and I hope like if anybody can get the true talent and potential that DeAndre Ayton has, it's JJ Redick and LeBron James. So I hope for his sake that this is where it finally clicks. Monty Williams tried really hard to get that out of him. And it cost Monty his job trying to get DeAndre, because I guarantee if DeAndre Ayton is successful, Monty Williams is still in Phoenix.
I
hands down.
will argue to say that if Monty Williams got even 50% out of Monty or out of DeAndre Ayton, we're talking about the Suns being champions, not the Bucks.
Absolutely. Lost to fucking Jim Gaffigan's doppelganger in the fucking finals.
Yeah.
Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah.
Y'all go look at pictures of Mike Budenholzer and Jim Gaffigan next to each other and tell me I'm wrong. But anyway,
You're not.
Like
You're not.
It's he has talent, and he is tall as fuck. His perfect position is kind of doing what we were talking about with Brook Lopez. Get down in the paint, get the rebounds, and he is a great lob threat because that dude has verticality. But he has no physicality, and you need a physical center.
He's banana pudding with no cookies in it.
No,
Exactly.
Let me interrupt your soliloquy for a second, Seven. Who is tougher, Ayton or Rudy Gobert?
Rudy. Rudy's
Wait,
won
hold on,
Defensive
hold on.
Player of the Year.
Okay, actually, I'm going to go Rudy, but are we talking like I think that Ayton reacts better to getting choked out by Draymond.
Oh my
But
God.
Rudy is the tougher basketball
I do
player.
too. I do too. I think Aiden reacts better.
Like, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying.
You don't get drugged across half court. You don't get drugged 25 feet, choked out. Like, I don't think Aiden takes that.
I don't think Ayton takes that the way French Fry does.
No,
Rudy
I
got,
don't.
Rudy got his ass beat by a Pokemon. He got fucked up by a magic carp, damn it.
Yep. By worthless
fucked
water
up by-
Pokemon.
He evolved mid-drag. Like, he just fucking,
You guys just wait until I get my evolved form and I turn to 6'10" instead of 6'8". You guys
Real
be
quick,
careful. I'm
real
about
quick.
to go.
They're talking about Bradley Bill's preference: Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, Bucks.
Why
I
would
saw something earlier
why
about
would
Dame
Beal
too.
want to
but
go?
We'll talk about that.
Why would Beal want to go to the Bucks?
Yeah.
Because
Like that's my question.
but Giannis does need another so-called star.
Okay,
doesn't
but
help
Who
that
needs?
Melo-
First of all, listen at
My
your
issue
words.
with Bill though, Bill
So
is washed.
called.
Bill is washed. That's
He-
my
the-
issue.
the-
He's sitting on
The
the
only
ground
star-
waiting to go in the washing machine. He's still dirty. He's still dirty. He ain't even
only
made it in the
star-
washing machine to get dried.
The only star associated with Bradley Beal is his butthole. I'm just gonna say that we just need to be realistic here.
I ain't touching
Chocolate
that one.
starfish, baby.
I'm not worried about nobody else's butthole.
Oh my God.
But I just
If-
needs
we
to
got a
go
question. We got a question from John. He was curious why didn't the Celtics try to get draft picks for Holiday? Because he wanted to move off that big ass contract.
yeah, that's what it was
Man,
about.
Holiday's a winner, man. I don't care.
He a winner though. He
He
a winner. I'll
produces
give you that.
results.
I'll give you that.
Holiday's a winner.
He ain't getting no
Clippers
results.
should have got him from
He
being
ain't
honest.
getting no,
Past the results.
he ain't getting no results in Portland though.
Never lost.
Yeah, that
He ain't getting no results
salary
in
dump
Portland
for
though.
sure. Yeah.
Nah, he need to get up out of there like he did with who was that he went to before he went to the Bucks?
76ers.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
bought him out again or something.
Yeah.
Because he got traded, then they bought a contract out. Then he went to the
They
Bucks.
thought about.
Can we bring up a subject that's kind of stabbing me in the back right now with a Boston sports reporter, if you guys don't mind? Will, you may have talked about this morning. Paul Pierce,
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
awesome-
We did.
awesome-
We did.
the awesome,
We talked about it.
very sarcastically awesome Paul Pierce said that he, quote, is a better all-around pure scorer, better than Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, LeBron
KD.
James,
He said
AI,
KD too. He said KD too.
KD.
Yep. He said
Steph?
KD too. Yep.
You said
Yep.
Steph too.
Yep.
Like, first off, what kind of strand of marijuana does he have?
No, that's crack, bro. That's crack.
That-
Honestly,
is that correct?
correct. Don't
Them
Right.
drugs are potent.
Okay.
Them drugs are. Them
don't
drugs
be in
are
that
potent.
category.
That's
Okay.
pure.
And I agree. And I agree.
Yeah, I don't,
That's
I don't
horse.
fondle, I don't fondle
Like,
around in
he
that
went
drug stuff,
to-
so like I don't know
To the
how
source.
crazy it goes. So, but I mean, after watching that video that we had, like, nah, dude, people, you, Paul Pierce, were never a scoring champion, never won the scoring title when you played in the NBA. You have one title that you had to get with the help of Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. You technically should have two, because you should have beaten the Lakers in the 2010 and you dropped that series.
Facts.
Nah, dude, you can't. You don't put yourself in the category of greatest anything with just one ring and no scoring titles.
Listen. So here's the thing with Paul Pierce, and I like I said, I still think he's on that rock. But when we look at Paul Pierce stats from the 2000-2001 season through the 2006-2007 season, okay, just a quick rattle off: 25 a game, 26 a game, 25 a game, 22 a game, 21 a game, 26 a game, 25 a game.
Okay.
And the only one of those seasons that he did not play at least 79 games was the 06-07 season, where he only played 47. And I'm pretty sure he got injured that year, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So in his prime, he had buckets. But there is no way, even with that being acknowledged.
Yep.
He's not even a top 5 Celtic.
No.
There's no way that even with all that being acknowledged, there's no way that I'm putting him ahead of AI, Braun, KD, MJ.
He's not in front of Tracy McGrady.
He's not.
No, and he said he was. He said he was in that same video. He put himself up.
He's not a top. I'll down this hill. Y'all may agree with me. Y'all may not. He's not a top 20 scorer.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely,
he's not a top 20 scorer.
No, he's 21. I'm pretty sure.
21, 22. There's entertainment for an argument there because of that prime stretch.
Yeah,
you can entertain it there, but outside of that, no.
Dude, man, crazy as hell. I don't get it.
I mean, I think he believes in unicorns and shit.
Well, if he's on the rocks, yeah, I bet he does.
He's probably seen a few.
He probably believes Fluttershy is his best friend, and he's hanging with him right now. So
he looks like he could be a brony,
right?
Paul Pierce
What'd you say,
looks
Erica?
like he could be a brony.
I said he could have been the unicorn himself a few times.
He could have been, yeah.
Smoking unicorn dust.
Maybe that's why Russell Westbrook likes him so much, is because he was the unicorn a few times.
Notice how he didn't mention that he scores better than Russell Westbrook, though. Because I think Russell Westbrook is a better scorer.
I mean, you got to look at the totality of a score. They can fly over you. They can glide by you. They can cross you over. Like Paul Pierce
have those kind of handles.
No.
Paul Pierce was healthy. He had a few elements. Like he dunked on a few people, but after like 2 seasons, he was Zach Randolph on the ground. Like he couldn't get off of there. Like, he wasn't getting off the floor.
Just because you have a bag doesn't mean you the best. If that's the case, Kyrie Irving's the freaking GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson is the GOAT with as many 3 points as he's able to put up and hit.
I would take Kyrie.
I mean, you look at totality of score, man. Like you look at it all. Like, how do you score?
You gotta look at everything. Everything.
Granted, Paul Pierce was an excellent scorer. They're not taking anything away from him, but these people that we mentioned, like he's not them.
No,
he's not.
He's not him.
No,
he's not him. No,
he's not.
He's not him. He's not.
No, he's not.
I mean, I get it. You need to see yourself in a certain light. I get it. You know.
Yep.
You gotta talk about yourself like you are that person.
It's good that I will say this. I love the self-confidence, but at the same point, you got to be realistic with yourself.
There's a such thing as too much self-confidence.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I did want to go ahead and touch on the NFL real quick. They came out with a list, top 100 players. Right now, they're at 81 to 100. The rest will be out this week. I got a problem with some of this list for what they have so far. In number 100, Ladd McConkey, the rookie receiver from the Chargers. Go ahead, Seven. Go ahead.
How the fuck is Tua Tagovailoa ranked higher than Creed Humphrey?
I was about to say.
The best center in the fucking league against a quarterback that takes more beatings than Chris Brown's girlfriends.
I was about to say.
Wow.
I don't get it. I was about to say.
Tell me I'm wrong. No, and that's the Tua is not. Tua should not even be in the top 100. He has not earned it. We have to be real. if we're gonna have people like Ladd McConkey, has not earned it.
Nope.
You got to be real. The guys that have put that work in. Come on.
Right
You gotta
now-
be real about it.
Tua
Right
hasn't even
now,
had the chance because he keeps getting fucking concussions. He hasn't even had a chance to prove anything.
Learn how to move and dodge a fucking tackle instead of standing there in the pocket like a goddamn dead fish.
Are we talking about Tua or Ladd? Because both of them just kind of sit
Tua.
there like
Tua.
okay.
Tua.
Tua, talking about
Tua.
Tua.
I'm not saying every concussion is his fault, but that dude spends more time in a pocket than a 12-year-old boy's hand after he discovers his fucking penis.
That
I mean,
man
but
got
let's
more-
also be honest though. Like a lot of the times when he is getting these hits, it
Well, it
is
was a little
Tua's
late.
fault because he doesn't fucking move.
he don't
Tua
slide.
is doing this to himself.
He don't slide.
Don't sugarcoat it and be like, oh, I can't say it's not. It is Tua's fault because he
He
won't be
doesn't-
No, it's not. Because it's not all his fault. That line is
Okay,
dog shit.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that
line is
line
dog
is
shit.
Okay, you're
garbage.
right.
But
But if
Joe
Tua would
Burrow
move
don't be
his
moving.
feet,
Joe
this is
Burrow don't be
also
getting
on
hit like
Tua.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Joe Burrow gets
Burrow's
sacks,
like
but he
much
don't
worse.
get hit like Tua
There-
gets hit.
There are things that you have to be able to slide, run out of bounds. No one throw the ball away instead
Know
of
when to hold him, know when to fold.
exactly.
And
Know when
some
to
of this
run.
is coaching.
Yep. Yep.
I will even go far as to
You
say
never
some of
count
this is
your money.
coaching. But you can't put Tua ahead of the best center in football. Jason
There's some
Kelsey
more.
himself acknowledges that Creed Humphrey is the best center in football right now.
There's some more
it-
egregious stuff on this list. There's some more egregious stuff on this list. You got Ladd McConkey. Okay, 100. He's a rookie going into his second year. Okay. Had 16, played in 16 games, 82 receptions, 1,150 yards, had 7 touchdowns, only had 2 fumbles, 14 yards per reception. Okay, but he's a rookie.
That's
Second year, that's
respectable.
fine. That's respectable.
That's
Then you got
respectful for rookie for sure.
yeah. Then you got number 99. You got Leonard Williams from the Seahawks. 16
Who?
games, 64 tackles, 11 sacks, had an interception and a touchdown. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, let's give it to him. His name's Leonard.
He's been through enough in his life.
Yeah.
At 98, you got your boy. We got your boy right there, Aaron Jones. 17 games, 250.
Damn, he's that low?
That's how is he that low?
I don't know.
Maybe the fumbles. Maybe the fumbles.
He had
Yeah,
5
good
fumbles,
God.
5
He
rushing
had 5
touchdowns,
of
and
them.
2 receiving
He had
touchdowns.
5
Yeah,
fumbles.
that's. Wait, he's getting up there in age, isn't he? Isn't he in his mid-30s?
Yeah, me and him
Yeah,
probably about that.
yeah. Had 5
I think
rushing.
he's up
He
there.
had 5. Plus, he only had 5 rushing touchdowns, but that's a pass happy offense for the most part.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, good grief.
But it should lower down this year because with JJ McCarthy now being the starting quarterback, I think they'll pull back the reins and let it be a running offense.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to. You have to. Well, he gets his feet under at least. First half of the season, we
We'll
should see
see.
5 touchdowns out of Aaron Jones.
97 is Drake London from the Falcons.
What has he done to earn it?
He shouldn't be above the rookie.
1,200
He
yards.
should be
9
below
receiving
Leonard.
touchdowns.
Wait. Oh, okay, hold on. What did he have?
He had
100
he had nine-
receptions
he had 9 receiving touchdowns.
and then 1,271 receiving yards.
Hmm.
He was,
Did he
according
fumble
to
the ball at
NFL.
all?
No, it doesn't have any recorded fumbles. According to NFL Pro site, and this is coming from the NFL.com website, NFL Pro Insight for London was that Drake London was targeted on just under 35% of his routes ran from the slot last year, which was the highest among receivers with at least 150 slot routes. He gained 555 yards over 45 receptions out of the slot, which was the 6th most in the NFL that year.
And I can sort of kind of get it because he played with he played first cousin. He played with first cousins
And
and
then
Penix later
he also
on.
That
played
was
with
like
Pitts.
third cousin.
Being a
in
Falcons fan,
Atlanta.
I don't think
First
he deserves
cousins.
it. He needs to show more. There
As
needs to
Shannon
be
Sharp
more.
says, first cousins.
First guy. I just.
He looked more like the third.
I will say.
Just saying.
I will say. When you think about those
He's like
numbers,
that half cousin. You almost don't let him in the family or don't
you
claim
don't,
him.
don't have it. Yeah. He's.
You mean
you
I'd
don't
have a better
wanna
chance
invite
to
him
make
to the
it
family
make it-
reunion.
You mean I'd have a better chance making it to the family barbecue?
No.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Erica
Erica
said
over
no.
here, like, no.
He has secrets in his closet that he wants to let out. He's not invited to the barbecue.
We all have a cousin that has secrets in their closet that they want to let out.
But that doesn't mean they're allowed to come to the barbecue.
I will say with Drake London, with those numbers,
They have to sit by themselves.
You know what? That's cool. As long as I get some potato salad with no raisins, man, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Let me
Okay.
get some
Yeah,
ribs.
raisins don't belong in
Okay,
potato
okay.
salad.
Good,
So,
good, man.
Did
And
you
then give me
really
some ribs.
just say raisins and
I
potatoes?
do not like raisins, dude. Why people put raisins in potato salad is beyond me, man. Like, no,
Black
they do
people
not.
don't.
belong.
I ever catch somebody putting raisins in my potato salad, I'm catching a felony because they're going to be catching these.
Wait, have you really seen this,
That's the
Ando?
I have.
recipe for
Yeah.
doo-doo.
I have.
Yeah, I've seen it too. That's
I've never
it's
seen
nasty.
it. I've heard of such a tale.
I've seen it. It's nasty.
John doesn't. No,
Ew.
John's
I
never
thought
seen
it
it.
was only a white person thing, but nah, there's some black people who claim that raisins
I've seen it.
belong in
I've
potato.
seen it. I've
Mm.
seen it at
Not
white
down here.
people at white folks parties. It's nasty.
Yep.
It's nasty.
No.
It's nasty. as
Mm.
hell.
A couple of work potlucks.
Then they got a couple of defensive players. I'll just go over them quickly. 96, Levante David. 95, Josh Sweat. 94 is interesting because I can sort of see him being in the right place. Sam Laporta, he sort of kind of fell off from his rookie season.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Then we got who you talked about, 70, Creed Humphreys at 93.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got Jesse Bates from the Falcons, free safety at 92.
Listen, I'm still
then
trying to get over the raisins and potato salad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we
I'm
got
gonna keep
90
saying Creed's better than him until we get to somebody that's actually not better than Creed Humphrey.
and then we got 91, and then we got 91 to attack of low. To the attack of low. Yeah. I think
Tua turned the ball over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that OU special.
Yeah.
Get it? OU special.
OU
What
special.
NFL team does he play at now? Shouldn't y'all have gotten that fixed? Don't blame that on me. Fuck you.
Oh, we blame it all on OU. All on OU.
I don't like you guys.
That's the lady with the Dodgers and a OU flag sitting behind her. I'm okay with the Falcons, but the other two got to go.
You just don't like OU because we took one of your coaches and your quarterback. So shut the fuck up.
And you guys are going to blame us if you lose. And then when you guys win, it's going to be like, yep, that could have been Washington State's players. But no, OU saw the value. And then, yeah, fuck the SEC.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me go back to the chat real quick. Hey, what's up, Anderson Posse? Going back to the Paul Pierce comparison, Carmelo and Paul Pierce comparison, he says
Maybe-
it's closer than you think.
Maybe stats wise, but handles wise and bag wise, I'm taking Melo 100 times out of 100.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, you had a game plan around Melo. Like when I think of Melo can hurt you in like 3 or 4 different ways. I look at Paul Pierce, keep somebody at mid range. Like that was Paul Pierce's kind of bread and butter was his mid range game. Like, sure, he may have drove a little bit, but he's not going to drive on you 15, 20 times a game like AI, like Kobe, like LeBron, like Michael is going to do. Paul Pierce just kind of give me the ball, bounce once, I'm going to shoot. And that was kind of his game.
I feel like Paul Pierce wanted to be the crossover guy, but realized he was too heavy for such a thing.
Yeah, he didn't
Carmelo-
he didn't have the crossover.
No.
When Carmelo grew into his body, like over time, he became that guy that's just going boom, boom, post up,
Yep.
spin like
Even with the fact that the
or he was
shorts were a
gonna
lot
pull up
bigger
legs.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what probably made him lose his damn hair. Like he hit a couple of game winners in Braun's face. So I'm God there telling you, I know LeBron got stressed out guard Carmelo Anthony because he couldn't stop him. I don't care what nobody said.
No, but-
1-on-one,
but you said it best, man. You had the game plan around Melo. You did not have the game plan around Paul Pierce.
No.
Nope. Granted, Paul Pierce ain't had nobody else to help him for a while.
Yep.
The game plan around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, we gonna let Paul Pierce shoot, and everybody ain't nobody else on the team scoring the ball. Because after Antoine Walker, I don't know, got on whatever drugs he got on,
Well, it's
it's
kind of like how you
he
beat.
started smoking that Vin Baker. He was out of here. I don't know.
Well, it's the same as how OU or OKC was able to beat
Pacers.
The Pacers. You take Halliburton out of the game, and just let everybody else do what they want to do. That's all. That's how you.
That's how you had. Yeah.
Man, it's like I don't know. We'll see what the NBA looks like next season. It should be interesting because everything should be wide open with all these trades and changes, and it doesn't look like we're done. With Dame being released, what do you guys
said
think?
something about him going to the Rockets. I saw something brief, but I'll take it.
I don't know.
If he comes back toward the end of the year, I'm cool.
Because I'm thinking more Golden State.
I would like that too, man. I want Dame to win one.
More appropriate.
He the most loyal man in the league, if you ask me.
Hey, Will, we know one place he ain't going, and that's
he ain't going to the Bulls.
He ain't going to
the
Chicago.
Hell no.
We know that one place he ain't going. We can get out.
He's going somewhere where he can try to win.
Right.
But with Dame, I think Houston. There's a point where Houston gets too loaded. So you get.
I don't think we're too loaded when he's injured. He comes back later. He gets his ring. Just saying. Because I told you, Fred VanVleet is inconsistent.
I mean,
and if Lillard's shots just falling for the playoffs, we're golden.
Are you going to put Dame coming in off the bench? Is that
why
the
not?
plan in Houston?
Yeah, because of his injury. Yes.
Because
and then the next year you get rid of VanVleet. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I can see it.
Just because of the injury, though.
I worry that at some point, kind of like what in baseball, what it was looking like you could see from the Dodgers at the beginning of the year. There's so many big names, and it's such an overloaded roster that they're going to get in each other. They're all going to get in their own ways. And I worry that if Houston keeps stacking some of these names, I'm not saying that Dame is as big as he was back, few years ago. But that's still a big name, and you've already got a lot of talent on that roster, especially now with KD there.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you got to say enough's enough.
That's true. Only reason I say that, though, like I said, is because of the injury. He works his way. He has time to work his way into the game, and in them clutch moments that we might need a bucket if they're double teaming KD. Hey man, let Dame play ball.
Hey, let me ask you this, John. Let me ask you this, because you did the official Houston Rocket fan of the show. Ken Whitmore gets traded to the Washington Wizards for two second round draft picks.
You trade him for a bag of chips, man. That's bullshit. Y'all know it. Two plain Lay's bags of chips.
Yo! Don't be hating on those plain Lays, bro. Don't be hating on those plain Lays.
Hey.
Now, if you want to say salt and vinegar, maybe we got a discussion then.
You better shut your mouth on my salt and vinnies.
Yo, I personally like the salt and vinegar, but your other options are barbecue, which you don't mess with Lay's barbecue, right? Sauce, sour cream and onion. You don't mess with sour cream and onion.
I'm happy for Cam to go get some shine somewhere. Now, how much shine is he gonna get with Pool Party and whoever else is over there? Cam, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But hopefully you get to shine over there and get paid. Okay.
Well, apparently,
I hope he does.
Well, apparently,
but I want to keep him.
Well, apparently that's why the Rockies traded him, because they didn't see him getting any type of meaningful playing time on that roster. So that's why that facility.
Not down.
Yeah.
No, but the Rockets are so much like the Hornets. Like, there's no media coverage that's going to watch the Rockets, or there's no media coverage that's going to watch the Wizards and the Hornets. I mean, you're taking him to a team where people are going to forget about who he is because of the market that he's playing in.
I hopefully
he can go there and get paid, man. So
we talked about it. We talked about it this morning on Coffee and Sports. You can check that out on our Facebook page. And Mo brought it up, and I agreed with them. It seems to be a lot of team speak for something wrong with you. Maybe you got a an attitude problem or a malcontent or an issue. And while you gotta trust Ime Udoka, I thought Whitmore would be somebody who you can put in a rotation and actually, be beneficial. But
Me too.
Whitmore seems like he's transitioning. He's going to be one of those guys that's playing 30, 35 minutes a game moving forward.
I'd be one of those guys playing 35 minutes a game on the Wizards.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
just saying.
we all would. Eric can get out
Yeah.
Eric can go out and hit about 3 threes. Eric can go out and hit about 3 threes.
They might as well be a WNBA team. They just, good gracious, they terrible.
Terrible.
Like I say, that's why Jordan Poole is there. He can do whatever he wants when he wants. He's 40 minutes a game, 35 shots a game. He hits 12.
And he also hits 3
35
teammates. But
And then you also got CJ McCollum or CJ McCollum there. With
is that where McCollum is?
yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry, CJ. I like him.
Post
And
CJ.
Suggs, I could see the Magic trying, but Lillard should not go. He needs to win a ring. He should not be going to a ring.
Yeah. He should.
No
he should definitely go to the Rockets, the Warriors,
The Warriors,
maybe even the Clippers.
Warriors would be a better choice. I mean, they seem like they have something good that they're building. It's a realistic.
They're trying.
Or maybe,
They're definitely trying.
or maybe he wants to go back home to Portland to rehab.
I don't see Portland.
I don't see Portland either, though. Not after the sour grapes.
Even if him and Drew Holiday were there, no, they're not.
Yeah.
Not nothing.
I think I agree with Will. It's going to be a big market team that has a shot to win a championship. So Clippers, Lakers, if they can, if the Lakers can figure it out. Spurs, I think, would be interesting considering they haven't re-signed Chris Paul yet. Rockets could make a lot of sense if the cap space is right there. John Suggs in chat said the Magic. That could be interesting. I
can see that though.
I think the real ball that's going to be in play is how long is Lillard going to be out for the injury that he has. That's what's going to ultimately come down to.
Well, yeah, if he waits to sign until closer to when he's ready to come back, which I think that's a smarter move because then you're going to be able to see where's everybody actually at. Are the Clippers actually firing on all cylinders? Are they a contender?
Right.
Is Houston organized? Are the Lakers finally figuring it out? Yeah. I think it's smart for him to wait to sign something and to not let that shoe drop yet, because then he has some choice. Because maybe somebody's getting lucky. Maybe the Spurs have the room. The Spurs have plenty of money, or OKC could use him, or somebody needs him because of injury. There's a lot more potential.
John said Jazz has been making moves this offseason. They have been making moves. But
okay, let's be clear. There is nothing positive about acquiring Yusuf Nurkic. Let's be clear on that right now. That's not a move. That the only move that is a bowel movement. Okay? So let's be clear on that.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
And the only thing,
and that's why Ace Bailey didn't want to go. Go ahead. Sorry.
Lillard to Utah?
Mm-mm.
I can't see that.
No.
What's up, Ghost? Yeah, they're not a contender. How you doing, Ghost?
Funny, Ghost. I like it.
Jesus.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Oh, that was great.
That was a good one. All right.
Will, what do you think about Mike Brown?
Mac Brown.
I like the move for this standpoint. He's a modern coach with a modern offense. And that's what the Knicks need.
Yep.
But
Thibodeau offensively is trash. He's trash. If you need someone to be your defensive coordinator, so to speak, I got you all day long. But when it comes to the offensive side of the basketball,
with this being now
No
With this now
sets.
being an offensive league, you got to have an
Yeah.
offensive-minded head coach. And
Yeah,
Thibodeau is not
there's
that
no
guy.
screens, no down
Nah.
screens. You know,
No.
you might get a
Mike
occasional
Brown
pick
know what
and
he's
roll.
doing. They'll be back in the playoffs. They
My
do.
only, but here's my other issue. Here's my other issue on the con side. Look at where he's been and how he's been let go. Now you're going to a huge market and you're gonna have a huge bullseye on your back to at least duplicate the season you had this past season, which was the Eastern
Knicks
Conference
media
Finals.
don't fuck around. Knicks media
So
don't fuck around.
you're gonna have to bring it.
I think him getting fired like that and going to a team who's in the Eastern Conference Finals
Mhm.
is gonna bring that dog out of Mike Brown.
I think so
to
too.
No,
I think
let's
so
show
too.
remember,
them
this is the same Mike Brown
that he's it, or
that
that he's
won
worthy
Coach
of
of the
being
Year
it.
in 2010,
Yep.
or
Right.
won Coach of the Year in 2009. Got
Yep.
fired after being Coach of the Year because
Mhm.
the Cavs were unsure if LeBron was going to resign. Got fired from the Kings for standing up for his players this year. I have no ill contention towards Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown is an awesome coach. The way that he's been let go from teams, the Kings, the Lakers, the Cavaliers. I personally like the guy. I think the guy is a coach who I think doesn't necessarily get the credit that he deserves with some of the offenses that he's put together.
I just think
He don't have enough talent sometimes either. Like with
No.
Well, and
Sacramento
that's my
got really
concern.
good. They went from being terrible to really good with not enough talent
Yep.
just to win it all. Sometimes that's what it comes down to.
My concern with him and the Knicks is they need to make some moves and fill out the doing and kind of put some more power in that roster. Because if your two biggest names are Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, maybe OG Anunoby makes a step up next year. But I just, when I look at this roster, when I look at this depth chart, really, are we gonna try and rely
I
on
see
Mikal
Eastern
Bridges
Conference
again?
Finals again.
my thing
No.
is this, because one thing with Mike Brown, he's really good with the guard play on his teams. He's really good with developing guards. You saw that. You saw that a couple of seasons ago. And I think he'll do the same with Jalen Brunson. I think he'll develop him even more. He'll get the maximum out of him. Now, where I agree with Seven is this. Look, Cat got to go. He got to go. He
You
got to
got to get a better starting center than
I
Cat.
don't know what you move him for, but Cat got to go. Cat has got to go.
But if you look at it, they can easily win the East. Like, who the fuck else is there that is
Cleveland.
in the East right now? Jason Tatum is hurt.
Cleveland.
Drew Holiday is gone.
I honestly think it'll be Cleveland or
Yeah.
Orlando.
Yeah,
of the two.
but I mean,
Cleveland. I don't
Cleveland
think Cleveland's gonna fall apart
just
the way
shit
they did
that
next.
got darn man. You talk about shit the bed, they shit.
Hey, whoa.
They
They got
shit
Lonzo
everywhere.
Ball from Chicago. That's supposedly an upgrade.
I don't mean shit. I don't mean
Never
shit.
lost.
Really?
That don't
Never
mean
lost.
shit. They do have him, yeah.
Ball ain't never lost in the playoffs. Well, Ball ain't
He
never
gotta
made it to the
touch the
playoffs.
guy.
Ball they never
Goddamn
been to the
ball
playoffs.
first.
So he's never lost.
He's got to touch the ball first. Let's
He
get
I-
that
Touch
out.
the ball. He got to touch the court.
That's
I
true,
would-
too.
I do also happen to think that Detroit makes a step forward next year.
Ooh,
I'm not
I
saying
always
they
forget
win the
about Detroit.
East, but I do think that Detroit is a better. I do think that Detroit is a better team and more competition. And let's not forget the reason that the Knicks are in the final. We're in the final, the Eastern Conference Finals, is because they came up against the Cleveland team that shit the bed. They came up against Boston as they lost Jason Tatum and lost
True.
all of the fucking air out of their team.
True.
If they're going to face actual competition next year, you have to. And that's why I said you have to beef up that roster. It's not just about getting rid of Cat. You've got to get more out of Brunson. You've got to get more out of OG Anunoby, and they've got to figure out a couple of other
Yeah,
ways
I
to just
love
get
Mikal
more.
Bridges, Josh Hart,
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
they put
like
their heart and
Vontae
soul
Di-
in every game.
Vontae
Yeah.
DiVincenzo, too, is a good player who comes off the bench.
Should have kept him.
Should have.
They should
Yep.
have kept
Kept him.
him.
That was a spark right there.
DiVincenzo.
That's
They
it.
should have kept him.
They need somebody
where
like
did- where did,
Caruso or somebody
You know,
like
who,
that.
you
on
know who
that
went over to
team.
Minnesota in that trade for Cat?
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. Yes, he did.
Mhm.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. He went over to that trade. He said trade Cat for Zion. Just keep Zion healthy.
Yeah, right. No, Zion's going to be hitting up every New York pizza place. Instead of getting that all-you-can-eat jumbo, he's going to be
He
getting
gonna
every
be
single
down
piece
there
of
with his fellow Ninja Turtles in the sewer eating.
Yep.
That's
Have you guys seen my pizza? I made this the Zion pizza. Bro, you just got an empty box. Yeah, because I ate it all. That's my Zion pizza.
He says Zion. Ball ain't never lost in the playoffs the same way. I ain't never got the word from Holly Berry. Oh my gosh, man.
Hold on. I gotta say this though. If Ball ain't ever lost in the playoffs, 7, that means you still got a shot with Anna Kendrick, just to let you know.
You know what? I'll take it.
All right. Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right. Before we hit some baseball, we're gonna let John roll on out of here. John, any final thoughts before you get out, my friend?
Paul Pierce, stay out of there. Whatever
Stay
you
off
dabbling
the
in,
damn weed.
stay out of there. No, Ando, that ain't no weed, man.
That ain't no weed.
That ain't no weed.
Yeah, he's spent a little too much time in a trap house. Of what he's doing.
That's moon dust. Like,
Is that the official
stay out of there.
college name?
That's that Sailor Moon dust, boy.
Paul
The
Pierce,
Sailor Moon dust.
you was a really good scorer, man. I'm not. It ain't a diss. I ain't never met him personally, but
According to him, he's still
just-
scoring, man. He's just scoring a different kind of basket.
hey,
No.
whether
Hey,
he's going with a
Savage.
lady or whatever he prefers.
Hey, Ghost. You know what? I'm gonna hire you to be my motivational speaker. I like your style. I like it.
Go get that skinny pot of
Don't
gold,
get
boy.
7 in trouble. Okay.
Oh my
But yeah,
goodness.
man. No, serious tip. Rockets in 5. Paul Pierce, stay off them damn unicorns. They don't like to be ridden bareback. Yeah.
A court docket, a spacely sprocket. Rockets in 5. All right, man. We're gonna talk to you, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Have a good one, man.
Yes,
Ladies.
sir. Y'all too.
He said you can't afford it. All right. And let's go ahead and hold on.
That beat down. Oh yes, we're gonna talk about that. Let's get into baseball.
We're
We're
going to
gonna talk
baseball.
about the All-Star rosters, starters and reserves, and then we will dive into some of the recent games around the league, including Houston absolutely beating the ever-living shit out of the Dodgers. So let's go ahead. Let's get with the starters.
You see who missing? You see who missing, don't you? I'm just playing.
Like you know.
I'm just playing.
Okay, so on the American League side, I know it doesn't see the picture. Our starting pitcher on the American League side, in case there was any doubt, Tarek Skubal. Detroit actually has quite a few starters in this American League team because they're the best team in baseball right now. Starting catcher, Cal Raleigh, as it should be, Big Dumper himself, home run leader. And I believe he's also the RBI leader right now in the American League. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. at first, Gleyber Torres at second, Jacob Wilson shortstop for the Athletics organization as at short. J-Ram, Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians, or the Cleveland Bridges, as I like to call him, over at third. And then our outfield is Riley Green, Javi Baez, and of course, Big Juice himself, Aaron Judge. On the National League side, starting pitcher, of course, is going to be Paul Skeens. I don't think there's ever a doubt about that one.
Nope.
Dodgers catcher Will Smith behind the dish. Our DH for the American League is Ryan O'Hearn. Shohei, obviously, DH for the National League. Freddie Freeman, Mr. Crest Whitening Strips himself at first base.
I was going to call him ceramic teeth, but okay.
Ketel Marte, second base for the Diamondbacks. Definitely one of the best second basemen in baseball. Francisco Lindor short. Manny Machado third. Outfield is we're going to talk about that too. and then we got Kyle Tucker, PCA, and Mr. 35 game himself, Ronald Acuna Jr. That should not be who's playing right, but that's a whole nother argument. And then let's go ahead and get to our let me see.
Bench.
Our reserves. Let's see, we'll remove that, put that up. Okay. Reserves for the American League, Alex Bregman, he's still injured. He might actually come back before the All-Star break, but I don't think he goes to the All-Star game. I think they end up filling that slot with somebody else. Bobby Witt Jr., Jazz Chisholm Jr., Alejandro Kirk, or as I like to say, the guy that doesn't run the bases, he waddles them. Brandon Lowe, Jonathan Aranda, Jeremy Pena, Brent Rooker, Byron Buxton, Stephen Kwan, and Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, Julio Rodriguez should not be in the All-Star game. That spot should absolutely belong to George Springer of the Jays. Pitchers for the American League, obviously Scooble's your starter, like I said. Garrett Crochet also gets the nod. He has the most strikeouts in baseball right now. Yusei Kikuchi, funny name, that's why he gets it. Max Fried, Mr. Pedo Mustache himself, Jacob deGrom, Shane Smith, Hunter Brown, Chris Bubick, Brian Wu, Aroldis Chapman, Josh Hader, and Andres Munoz. Now, Andres Munoz, that one I agree with. Reserves and then we look at the reserves on the National League side. Alonso, Matt Olson, Ellie De La Cruz, Eugenio Suarez, Hunter Goodman, Brandon Donovan, Kyle Schwarber, James Wu, Kyle Stowers, Corbin Carroll, and Fernando Tatis Jr. Your pitchers, Clayton Kershaw got a special nod because of the fact that he hit 3,000 strikeouts. Last week on, I believe it was Wednesday, he finally got that third K he needed to hit 3,000 strikeouts in the sixth inning after the Dodgers committed some witchcraft and sacrificed Max Muncy's knee. Chris Sale, who is on the injured list, so you're probably going to see him replaced with somebody here pretty quick. I bet they announced that with him the next day or so.
Yeah, probably so.
Paul Skeens, who is your starter. Logan Webb and Robbie Ray. Honestly, if it wasn't for Paul Skeens being the starter, I would think Robbie Ray should be the starter. He's been the lights out this year. Freddie Peralta, Mackenzie Gore, Matthew Boyd, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Can't believe I actually said his name right. Too many fucking letters, dude. Calm it down. Edwin Diaz, Jason Adam, and Randy Rodriguez. Is Machado going to be nice and look out to those poor Los Angelinos? No, because Machado's an asshole. Nobody cares. Yeah, he's Machado's an asshole. He's going to be a dick to everybody. They all know it. Nobody wants to talk to him. He'll probably be alone most of his time. You say Kikuchi got a game named I say Punani.
Awesome.
Okay. So yeah, All-Star game next week on Tuesday, I believe. Home Run Derby is Monday night. I'll probably be giving live updates next week on on Sports Report if I'm here. I may take next week off so that I can actually watch that stuff, and then I'll have a full. And if I do, I'll have a full update on Podcast Name Deferred, which runs Wednesdays. We are taking this week off, but Podcast Name Deferred normally Wednesdays 10 p.m. Eastern on all Wire to Wire channels. If you're seeing this, you can see Podcast Name Deferred. So let's talk about some actual baseball. As it was alluded to earlier, last night we saw the Houston Astros sweep the Dodgers, and they won last night's game 5-1. There was, what was it, Saturday? Was that the day that the Dodgers? No, that was 6-4. It was Friday. There was an absolute thumping. There it is, 18-1 on Friday. The Astros beat the Dodgers. As it was said in the chat, Oral Hersher has suggested that the Astros were seeing the ball really, really well. Kind of was wishing Erica was here to actually contribute.
Where you at, Erica? You there?
But I said this. I was on Up and In last night with Alex Great conversation. Get a chance to go back with the Wire to Wire channels for last night's episode of Up and In is the other baseball podcast on Wire to Wire Sports. Good guys over there filling in last night, helping them out. And we were talking about it. And for the last few years, the Houston Astros don't start actually playing baseball until June. The Houston Astros happen to believe that April and May are part of spring training. The Mariners get a little comfortable. They think they're going to have, get on a good roll.
Yep.
And then the Astros wake up and go, "Oh, holy shit!"
Baseball
They put down their breakfast tacos and they go to work. Or thought the breaking ball success on the breaking balls was suspicious. I think they're just seeing the ball well. The league is actually really cracking down on teams doing suspicious stuff. They watch everything. Like even there is, so in the Green Monster in Fenway Park, one that they have a camera in the Green Monster that's on the ground level, and the league sees what they're looking at. They're watching it. Anytime that camera's running, whether it's being used in a broadcast or not, the league watches that feed. I would say if they're doing something, they have yet again figured out how to do it really well. And we'll see what happens. But I think they're just seeing the ball. I mean, there's a lot of talent on that roster. There really is. As much as we hate to say it, because fuck the Astros and everything, but there's a lot of talent on that roster. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe the Mariners can figure it out if they don't end up trading away half their pitching staff before the break in the next few weeks, which is what I think is about to happen. Ando, what do you think, buddy?
The Mariners got the sweep against the Pirates, so I think we should acknowledge that. One of those sweeps that they had was against Skeens this weekend. But no, I think you said it right. The Astros, regardless, because I hate the Astros. I think I sit on the front of that bus when I say fuck the Astros. But you have to play it guilty or innocent until proven guilty. And the Astros are playing really good ball. 8-2 out of their last 10. The only team that's better than them are the Toronto Blue Jays, who just happen to have a 3.5 game lead over the Yankees in the AL East.
And he makes about, and we're going to talk about the Jays though, because if you look at, the most recent game against the White Sox, obviously you should win that game. Swept the Angels, obviously you should win that game. But the Angels were only 1-run wins, so that to me is telling. With the exception of one game against the Yankees, all of those were ball games. And now they did have the one bad game against Boston, which I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, with that game, that there was the one game they lost against Boston, and that was the 15-1 blowout. But the one that they won the day before, that was 9-0, that was if I recall, that was Bayo pitching, and the problem with Brian Bayo is you don't know what you're going to get out of him from day to day. So I don't think it's fool's gold, though. No. I will say this. I don't think that the Jays are fool's gold. I think that the Jays can legitimately contend for the division, because I think that the Yankees have gotten exposed. Boston, and it started with the first series against Boston in Yankee Stadium. Boston won 2 or 3 games and beat them pretty good. And then the next weekend, they got swept by Boston in Fenway. The Yankees have not been the same since that stretch of games.
Yeah.
The Yankees got exposed.
Yeah. The Blue Jays, I'm taking a look at the Blue Jays schedule right now, and it's only their last 8 series. So their last 8 series dating from most recent to back was, they got the White Sox series right now, but I'm not going to conclude. I'm not including that one. So they swept the Angels in 3 games, 3-2, 4-3, 4-3. So those were all run games. They swept the Yankees in their 4-game series, 8-5, 11-9, 12-5, 5-4. They had a 2-1 win against the Red Sox, as you alluded to earlier. The 15-1 loss was in the middle of that series. 5-3 was game 3. They did win 9-0. But then you take a look at their 3 previous series before that, or their 4 previous. They beat the Guardians 2-1. They lost to the White Sox 2-1. So this same White Sox teams that they're playing really well, they lost to. Then they beat the Diamondbacks and they lost to the Phillies and then beat the Cardinals. So minus the Phillies series, because the Phillies are leading the NL East right now, right?
Yep, they're still leading
Okay,
the NL
so
East.
that's a tight series that you can have there. But other than the White Sox series, they're winning series, right? And you don't have to sweep teams. You have to win the series to make your mark and pull ahead. And that's exactly what the Blue Jays are doing. At the same time that you alluded to that New York is faltering, it's important for a team to gain ground when that team falters. Because if we were talking about a Blue Jays team that's 5-5, 6-4, they're not making as big a mark. But this is a team that, hey, fundamentally, they know what they're doing. They know what's working for the team. And lucky for them, they're playing competition who may not be playoff caliber competition, but you still have to win those games to make it to the playoffs. And that's what the Blue
They're still
Jays are
professional
doing.
baseball players.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's one of the things you got to respect it. They're still playing professional ball players. But I think the Jays are legitimate.
Yep.
And because when we look at, this is the time of year when we see who teams really are.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're seeing right now is the Braves aren't who everybody thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
The Jays, conversely, most people had them at 4th or 5th in the division, fighting with Tampa for 4th and 5th in the division in the AL East at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Tampa's a wild card team. The Jays are running the division right now.
Yep.
And it's not just a small lead. They, like you said, they have a 3-game lead.
Yep, 3.5 as of today because of their win.
The Yankees are yet again crumbling because Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman don't know what they're doing.
Nope.
But the last 3 years, we've said the same fucking thing about the Yankees. This is the important part that you have to remember about the Yankees. The last 3 years, if Dan was here, he would agree. He would be able to back me up on this, probably with specific verbiage of shit that we all said. The Yankees struggle this time of year every fucking year. So what's really going to matter is, can the Yankees actually recover this time? Because when you look at the Yankees, and this is what I was talking about this last night on Up and In. When you look at the Yankees, Austin Wells, the catcher that they chose over Carlos Narvaez, who is currently raking for the Red Sox, is only hitting .220. Austin Wells isn't even the best catcher in his division, let alone in the American League. Ben Rice, .231. That's your starting first baseman. Oh, you know what? We're going to look at the Paul Goldschmidt, who also gets some starting time. He's hitting .284, but somehow he's not first on the depth chart. DJ LeMahieu, second baseman, .266. But he's only hit 2 home runs this year.
Yeah.
That's it. 2 home runs. Jazz Chisholm Jr., in and out of the lineup because of injury issues, only hitting .245.
Yep.
Volpe, Anthony Volpe, whose dad just got in a fight with a bunch of Mets fans, only hitting .219. Cody Bellinger, respectable .272. You expect more out of Belly, though. Trent Grisham, .254. He should be a .280 hitter. Now, of course, you've got Judge, who's hitting, .360 right now, 33 home runs, 74 RBIs. Very respectable numbers. But and then your DH, Giancarlo Stanton, .222.
Yeah.
The Yankees lack consistency.
But even with those guys that are struggling, you would still hope that when they are batting, because we'll take Carlos Stanton, the guy you just said.
Giancarlo Stanton.
He's batting .260. You would be okay with
.222.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Even at .240, you'd be okay if you can get him to bat some runs in. If he's not putting runs on the board when he's getting contact with the ball, you're failing to get on the plate so that somebody else can bring you in. So you're not helping your team at all by putting yourself in that position where you're swinging at untimed pitches, or you're not. I don't want to call it, you're not focused on the game. But I think the Yankees, for whatever reason at this time of year, they just never seem to be focused. They never seem to be dialed in. It's, we're the Yankees. We got the pinstripes. It'll all happen organically. And
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Um,
And the Blue Jays. I mean, how many years have we talked about the Blue Jays? Some form of heartbreak, like 3 years ago when they lost to the Mariners in the wild card. That was a heartbreaking way to lose, right? Because I mean, you have home field advantage in that 3-game series, and the Mariners only take it 2, right? So I think a lot of it has to do with the Blue Jays are in a position where now you have a chance to get that ride into the playoffs. We're not going to mess this up. We're going to do what we can and make it happen. Now, obviously, the Astros have 55 wins and the Tigers have 58. You haven't excused yourself for a first round bye to make it right to the divisional. So you're still playing in that first wild card round. But we're 91 games into the season. We're just over halfway. There's still plenty of baseball where the Blue Jays can close it together and hope the Tigers or the Astros fall off. So
it's the Tigers are getting that first round. But that's who's going to get it. There's too much talent on that team for them to not. And Ghost, what I was talking about, you can search. There's the videos all over the internet. Anthony Volpe's dad got into it with a bunch of Mets fans last night because they were talking shit about how bad Anthony Volpe's been playing. Like it was almost to the point where it was almost a physical altercation. It's worth it to go find the video. It's fucking hilarious. But the Yankees have to do what they've done in the past and figure it out. Because if they don't, then we're going to be, we're definitely going to be looking at Cashman and Boone losing their jobs. But some of this is on the hitting and pitching coaches for the Yankees because they're not doing what they need to at the plate. Their pitchers are not performing.
No,
Aaron Boone can't do everything.
No,
he's not. And I don't think Aaron Boone is a bad skipper, but I do think that they need to figure out the resources. They need to get it figured out sooner rather than later, because if they don't, there is still some talent in the American League that could push to the point where the Yankees don't make the playoffs. Because Boston is climbing. They have finally found their confidence. They have found their bats. The pitching is finally starting to keep everything. 7-3 last 10. They're on a 4-game win streak. They're playing
it doesn't help that they're playing, or it doesn't hurt that they're playing the Rockies.
They're playing the Rockies right now, right? Well, and what's even better is the next series, their last series before the All-Star break, they're playing the Rays, which the Rays right now are technically a better team record-wise, but the Red Sox have actually handled the Rays this year in the times that they played them. Yeah. So that could put them into a better position going into the break. And if you have good momentum going into the break, that's a great sign for how your season is going to end.
Yeah.
And so it's for Boston, Boston's looking good. And we look at the rest of it. The Rangers aren't that far out. The Angels and the Royals, I don't think the Royals climb back up, but they could. The Angels have actually looked relatively interesting this year. They've seen spurts where, they're 500 at home. They're only 3 games back on the road, and they're only minus 3 games on the season. There's definitely a little bit of potential there.
I gotta say, I think the only 2 teams out of the AL that I would say are completely out of even the wild card race are the Athletics and the White Sox. Because even your third worst team in the AL, which is the Orioles, they're only 7.5 games back of that third wild card spot, which belongs to the Mariners. We all know how the Mariners seem to.
The Orioles and the Guardians are. Yeah, no, I can't. I just can't say that.
True.
I would say right now, realistically, and I've watched the Royals play. I've watched a lot of the Angels play this year just because of the fact they've gotten interesting. Same with the Rangers. I think that the Royals have an outside shot. The Angels have an outside shot. But right now, it's the Rangers, the Red Sox, the Mariners, the Rays, and the Yankees that are fighting for those 3 wild card spots.
And then obviously the Blue Jays, if the Yankees can get their head out of their ass.
Right. Yeah. Whichever out of those 2 doesn't win the division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we look at the wild card race on the National League side, just for shits and giggles. The Mets still have the clear favorite. They're second in their division somehow. That's just because the Phillies are playing unreal baseball right now. The Brewers are also a genuine contender. And then right there in that third slot, within 3 games, you've got the Padres, the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Reds.
And then another game and a half back are the Diamondbacks, because the Diamondbacks have played really solid baseball over the last 10 games too.
The D-backs are getting ready to be sellers at the deadline, and they're going to drop off. You're going to see probably Ketel Marte, Zach Gallen, and Ketel Marte and Zach Gallen at a minimum are going to be traded. But the over under the Angels make it over 500. I think they finish around 500. I think the Angels are playing 500 baseball this year.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think that's where they land. But I mean, if they decide, Anthony Rendon decides to come back, from his semi-retirement, playing part-time like he's Joel Embiid or something. If he decides to come back and stop stealing a bunch of money from the Angels and actually play baseball, that could give them the point where they get a little over 500. And like I said, maybe push for that third wild card. I don't think they're going to get it. I think it's outside shot, but it is. There's still plenty of baseball left to play, and they're not that far back, so it's possible. The Cardinals are not a joke. The Giants are going to. The Giants, I want to say they can be good, but when you're dealing with the weight of Rafi Devers' contract and lack of his performance, if Rafi Devers starts performing, the Giants can be a contender. But they put a lot of eggs in that basket, and they shouldn't have. And I say that as a Red Sox fan because that's the biggest thing reason I was happy when they took Devers is that we don't have to pay any of that contract. They took it all. So I think that really it's the Cardinals. I think that the Cardinals, the Reds, the Cardinals, and the Padres are the ones that are really going to be fighting for that third slot. Possibly the Giants, depending on how things go. But we'll see.
Jim Everett, I think you got the wrong sport, man.
Rams will win the West. Possibly. I mean,
they got a shot.
They
got a shot.
I think it's theirs to lose. I still think they're the
They
best.
got a shot. They're gonna be the best team in that division.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be better. They're gonna be better than the 49ers. They're still rebuilding. They're gonna be better than the Cardinals, and they're gonna be better than the Seahawks.
Look, at this point, everybody's better than the Cardinals because everybody has a quarterback that's at least 6 feet. So.
Oh yeah.
If Kyler Murray gets somebody to get him down from his booster chair, he's going to come talk to you about something.
Yeah.
He's very offended at what you're saying about him. But yeah, no, that's all I got for baseball.
Kyler Murray should change his first name to Karen Murray.
We'll just
He always
call
seems
it.
to be upset about stuff.
We'll just
Morning
throw him a
minutes.
controller. We'll just throw him a controller with Call of Duty. He can have fun.
Yeah.
Morning minutes will return tomorrow. I was going to try and do it today, but I got pushed up, and then we're actually busy at work for some fucking reason. If y'all would stop calling me,
just happened, so people are updating their house insurance,
homeowners insurance.
Yeah,
like if you guys would stop making me work, like this shit's exhausting. No, morning minutes will return tomorrow. You can follow me on TikTok at FGD, followed by 7 spelled out, FGD SEVEN on TikTok, or Wire to Wire Facebook page will have the morning minute. I will post it as soon as I post it on TikTok, and we'll keep that going through the end of the season. Let's see, Kershaw. He got his 3,000 Ks, but I think the reason why he got a World Series ring is because they didn't use him in the postseason. Honestly, I don't think he should have gotten one, but he was on the roster, so he gets it. But I don't. Yeah.
All right. If there is nothing else, I just want to say thank you for everybody here at Wire to Wire for coming through tonight to the show. Appreciate it. Want to thank the panel for being here, and we will see you guys again next week right here on the Sports Report Podcast. Everyone have a great week, have a safe week, and take care.
Ghost, you're too fucking much, dude.
Up on the shelf community.